Top 10 mansions no one wants to buy for any price. Having your own house is a blessing, but having to own a bigger house is superb. If you will ask random people about their ideal type of home, most of them will answer a spacious house with different amenities, and some prefer to live in a minimalist type of home. Big or small house, we like to make nice touch ups in our home for us to make a statement. Because, like what they say, the house where we live tells something about us, who lives in it. From paints to interior and exterior design, we like to achieve the standard we have set the moment we have visualized our dream home. But some people prefer to purchase a ready-made house to save time and effort in decorating. But did you know that there are houses, I mean big mansions, that is for sale but nobody wants to buy them? Given that they are spacious, sophisticatedly designed, and affordable for their price, still, nobody dares to buy them. You must be intrigued now, but before we continue, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep you updated for more informative and exciting videos. Going back, in today's video, we'll talk about the top 10 mansions no one wants to buy for any price. And if you want to figure out why, stay with us and don't skip this video. Starting on our countdown is Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch. With his iconic songs like Billie Jean, Smooth Criminal, Bad, Thriller, and more, it is impossible for you not to know the king of pop, Michael Jackson. Everything that he advertises has been sold, especially the last items he wore before his death and concerts. Many of his items are in museum and in the hands of the collectors, but what's intriguing in his Neverland Ranch, which is just one of the 22 structures built across the 2,700 estate owned by the King of Pop. As people know, Neverland was built with magnificent attractions like the movie theater with 50 seating capacity, the railway station with track train, lagoon-like swimming pool, penthouses, tennis courts, and it also has its own fire station. Before the many accuse against the King of Pop, Neverland is one of the favorite celebrity home of the media. Many footages were aired showing the vicinity of the Neverland while riding on the train. However, because of the accusations made by the child victims together with their family, many buyers refused to put up cash to the Neverland Ranch. Before they were selling it for $100 million, but now the ranch only cost $31 million. What a big discount for buyers, and yet nobody dares to purchase it. Hunting on number 9 is the 1875 Victorian Mansion. Did you know that it will only cost you $329,000 to buy this mansion? The price of the mansion is equivalent to a 3-bedroom house. This mansion is owned and designed and built by a famous chair manufacturer, Sylvester K. Pierce. This mansion can be found in Gardner, Massachusetts, with an area of 6,661 square feet. It has 10 unparalleled designs of bedroom and is a dream house of anybody. But just so you know, there is darkness behind the beauty that you see in this house. After being constructed, there were 7 killing incidents that happened between the walls of this house. One of these is the prostitute who was choked to death and was found later on inside the house. Because of the killing incidents, there is no doubt that it is considered one of the most haunted places that ever existed in the world. Many have been hearing strange noises from this house, and standing in front of it will give you goosebumps. Despite of the low price offer that has been decreased from a huge number, no brave taker wants to purchase this haunted mansion because of its dark history. How about you guys? I guess if you're feeling lonely, it would be best to buy this mansion. At least you can tell your friends that you are not alone. The problem is they will haunt you even in your sleep. Standing on number 8 is the Starrett Mansion. First look, you love the bold colors and design of this mansion. It is hard not to notice its appeal and unique construction. However, potential buyers are stepping back when they hear about the history of the house. Before being sold as home, it was a boutique hotel, but later it was built to a mansion and was gifted by a contractor, George Starrett, to his wife. Somebody tried to live in this house. That's a fact. But they can't help but mention their spooky encounters inside the house. Every mansion has serving nannies. They give us the service that we need and make sure everything is tucked inside the house. But what if your nanny has a special ability to pass through the doors and can appear or disappear in thin air? Yes, we are referring to a ghost nanny that haunts the second floor of the house. She can also be seen in the attic room where she lives before she was still alive. Apparently, she likes to interact with the living guest of the house together with the redhead ghost near the receiving area. Guests often speak about the cabinets opening on their own. Maybe ghosts are tired of their outfit and trying a new style? Also, guests have been hearing footsteps on the floor, and when they try to check, there is no one around. Because of these incidents, the price of the mansion dropped to $850,000. What an offer! It has 11 bedrooms, a classy spiral staircase, 6 bathrooms, and hardy flooring. This mansion is ideal for huge families who aren't afraid of these ghosts. But sadly, until now, nobody tries to buy this mansion. Wrapping on number 7 is the 50 Cents Mansion. How come this house isn't selling? This is the mansion of the famous 50 Cent rapper, y'all. Is there a ghost or portal to the other side? That's why buyers are declining the offer? Luckily, no, that is not the issue. The issue is it is way too big for a normal mansion. First, it was offered in the market at a price of $18,500,000, but since no one buys it, they strip off $10 million to the $8,500,000 deal. What a huge strip of money. With $10 million, you can have your own fancy yacht, a house and lot, or even put up a business. But guess what? Now, it only costs $6 million. Nobody dares to buy it. Buyers aren't willing to because it's too fancy to have 21 bedrooms for a home. It's like running your own hotel if you buy this mansion. Imagine that there are many billionaires in Hollywood, but none of them draws their attention to this beautiful mansion. Hopefully, the price won't drop to 50 cents before buyers take notice of this house. I mean, who would want to sell their property for that small amount? Creeping on number 6 is the Schweppes Mansion. Fairy tale lovers would love this castle-looking mansion. From one point to another, all you can see is the beauty of its architectural design and extravagant space. Imagine yourself owning this place with hardy floors, ballroom, an elevator that is unusual for homes, a huge library for bookworms, 9 fireplace where you can relax during cold weather and roast marshmallows, plus a beautiful view that will greet you in the morning, the Lake of Michigan. But despite of all this absolute-looking dream house, nobody dares to buy it. But why? Who wouldn't love to have this house? The answer lies within the house. This mansion was a wedding present from the father of the bride, John G. Shedd, to his daughter, Laura Schweppes, and his husband, Charles Schweppes. But unfortunately, in 1937, Laura died from a natural cause inside the house. However, in 1941, his husband, Charles, took his own life and left a goose bumping note that reads, "I've been awake all night." Since then, the reputation of this house became creepier and creepier as the locals share their scary stories as they pass by to the mansion. The mansion was supposed to be sold at $18 million, but it kept dropping because of its creepy background. Now, they are only selling this mansion for $9,045,000. What a big drop. If you are to ask to live in this mansion for free, as in free including your monthly electric, water, landline, Wi-Fi bill, would you accept it? Struggling to be sold on number 5 is the Priestley House. If they offer you a house with 7 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms plus music room, pantry, screened-in porches, study room, spacious swimming pool, hardy floors, and fireplaces all in a beautiful mansion, would you not take it? Especially if the price is only $930,000? But unfortunately, nobody cares to buy it because of its permanent resident. This resident is believed to be murderous and violent. So if you didn't know about the history of this house, you'll probably encounter your ghost housemate. This mansion is subjected to different ghost channels and continues to haunt passersby and intruders. If you are interested to buy this mansion or do an ocular, you can see this in Canton, Mississippi. Watching number 4 is the Watcher Mansion. You probably have watched the movie The Strangers Pray at Night. The issue why nobody dares to buy this mansion is some sort of that movie. It was discovered when a family from New Jersey was about to move in their newly bought house, which is the Watcher Mansion in Westfield, New Jersey, 657 Boulevard. The family bought the house for $500,000, which is more than a half on its original price, $1,400,000. But before having to step foot permanently in the house, they started to receive disturbing letters from the so-called The Watcher, saying in the letters that their family has been watching the house where they are about to move in since 1920, and now that they are about to occupy the house, it's his or her time to do the same, and asking if they are aware of the history of the house. What's more disturbing is the latter part of the letter, saying if they need to fill the house with the young blood which he or she requested. How scary is that? The letters were sent for straight 6 months and becomes terrifying each day. So the worried house owners decided to move into a different location to avoid the threat. No matter how beautiful the mansion is, buyers are refusing to bite the deal for they fear that they might also experience the same threats. Until now, nobody dares to buy the house. How about you guys? Do you think the Watchers still exist? Or are they just bored neighbors trying to scare this family? Serving best every Halloween is our number 3, the Blood on the Walls Mansion. You got yourself a clue on its name. The house got its name after the violent murder took place in this house. It was believed that it all started from a heated argument between the lawyer Christopher Lumsden and his wife when suddenly he lost his control and stabbed his wife 30 times. Whatever they were fighting about, it must be really serious that he got his cool off and killed his wife. Before the incident happened, this mansion was always praised for its beauty and spacious capacity. It has 4 huge bedrooms and a 2-acre blooming garden giving every onlooker an amazing view. But after the incident, nobody got an interest in buying it and became a Halloween attraction. The Blood on the Walls Mansion, also known as the Halloween House, can be seen in Detroit, and if you're interested to buy it, you can own it for the price of $19,500. Shooting a number 2 is the home of Conrad Aiken. Avid fans of Conrad Aiken would love to buy his childhood house in Savannah, Georgia, if they didn't know the story behind the doors. Who would have thought that the famous American writer or the man of letters Conrad Aiken had a dark story in his life? He became an orphan when he was just 11 years old, not because of a natural reason or an accident, but by murder and suicide. His father, a doctor, has a mental illness and has an unstable behavior. He can be so violent most of the time. Growing up in with the sound argument of his parents, he sat on his bed waiting for the situation to calm down a little bit. Suddenly, he heard 2 gunshots in his parents' bedroom. To be enlightened with what has happened, he rushed to his parents' room only to see his mother lying dead and murdered by his father, and his father committed suicide after. The 11-year-old Conrad Aiken was left an orphan by his parents. Maybe this has been his inspiration to strive in life, being a notable writer for his award-winning novels, poems, and short stories. The house was put on sale for a price of $1,500,000, but no surprise, nobody dares to buy it because, as neighbors say, standing next to the house will give you a goosebump. From number 10 down to number 2, we learned different reasons why these mansions aren't selling in the market. Since we haven't given you our number 1, we will give you the idea of how affordable this house is. If you have your wallet with you, you can easily buy this in a snap without thinking you'll be left broke after. Topping up in our countdown is the $10 mansion. This house in Montclair, New Jersey will give a deal that you cannot refuse. With just $10, you can have this as your own place. The house is not haunted, they guarantee you. The only reason why they sell for a low price is that you have to move it to a different location before you can use the house. Sounds like a lot of work to do and kind of impossible, right? This process would be easy if you are friends with the Avengers or Magneto. transfer the whole foundation of the house to a new location. Since a $10 mansion has a significant history, developers think it would be a waste to demolish the whole house. Experts like Wolf House and building movers say that it's impossible, but it would come with a price tag. First, you need to pay the contractors who will dig up the whole foundation of the house, which would take 2 to 3 weeks, and it will cost you $100,000. Next, you need to make sure that the path is clear from trees and power lines. Then, you need to pay for the land where your house will stand. Summing up the cost, it will take you $505,000 to move the house. But why not? If you have the budget, think of it as saving a part of the history and remember the mansions from 10 to 2. We're talking about $1 million there. But this mansion will only cost you $505,000 to move it and $10 for the mansion itself. How about you guys? Given a chance, which of these mansions would you like to buy? Or do you know any more mansion that is put on sale but likewise no buyer wants to buy it? Do tell us and we'd love to read it in our comment section below. This has been our countdown for top 10 mansions no one wants to buy for any price. Join us again next time for more interesting and informative videos.